If you're looking for the best Stylus pen, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it based on the features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we've included options for every type of customer. So let's get started. One, at the first position of our list, we have Apple Pencil. The second generation Apple Pencil stole our hearts. Using it to swirl vibrant, smudge-proof colors across the screen, and Adobe Illustrator Draw is hypnotic. The pencil tracks movements without a hiccup. It also responds to pressure to pull more paint or ink in our wake, or to leave the faintest trace of color with a light touch. The pencil is the only pressure-sensitive stylus in the test, which differentiates it from the rest and appeals to artists. Another notable feature is palm rejection support. Along with the JamJake and S Pen, the pencil allows you to rest your hand on the screen while writing, giving you enough control to write legibly and draw admirably. The pencil soared in our precision test, and the pencil-shaped, rigid nib makes it easy to place your lines and shapes just where you want them. Apple touts imperceptible lag, and our testers agree. The pencil is a cinch to pair with your iPad. A magnetic docking strip on the right stores the pen while charging it. It's slick. The biggest problem we have with the pencil is that it's expensive and it only works with 4 devices: the first and second generation 11 iPad and the third and fourth generations of the 12.9. And while Apple claims that tilting the stylus nib creates broader strokes like an actual pencil, we couldn't get it to work. The pressure used was the biggest variable related to line thickness. The nib can also squeak disconcertingly during some tasks, like rearranging app icons. Still, if you need a pressure-sensitive, nearly flawless stylus for one of the 4 compatible iPads, a pencil is for you. 2. Moving on to the next at number 2 with JamJake Palm Rejection Stylus. While it's not as slick, streamlined, and sophisticated as the Apple Pencil, it is so hard to argue with JamJake's value proposition. It does almost everything the pencil does nearly as well, for a fraction of the price. It is a bit thicker than the pencil but feels similar otherwise. In your hand, it feels like a traditional pen. It's easy to pair with your iPad the first time around. Then you just tap the top, where the eraser would be, and go. Its precision and palm rejection technology make it easy to take clear notes and detailed artwork. We did notice the JamJake's lack of pressure sensitivity. The only way to vary line strength with this stylus and every other stylus pen we tested aside from the Apple Pencil is to do so through whatever app you're using. That means you can vary the line thickness within a single stroke, robbing you of the nuance you can achieve with a graphite pencil or the top-tier Apple stylus. It doesn't magnetically attach to your device, and you have to charge it with a USB cord. The company also recommends a glass screen protector for your iPad. Otherwise, the JamJake offers a killer value for a wider range of iPad devices than the second generation of the Apple Pencil and is an excellent option for anyone who doesn't need a pressure-sensitive stylus. 3. The number 3 position is held by Mixoo Capacitive Pen. While the MEKO stylus offers a better overall value as a 2-for-1 if you don't need 2 of them, as in the MEKO pack, the Mixoo will do the trick for less. Though it had lag on some devices in our test, the 2-sided Mixoo faithfully tracks your movements across the screen. It isn't easy to write without bracing your hand against the screen. Fortunately, the stylus has a mesh end to provide additional traction to help manage its lack of palm rejection technology. These models are on par with the user-friendliness provided by other generalist styluses that forgo palm rejection technology. The pen comes with 1 extra mesh nib and 2 replacement discs. 2 extra discs are nice to have because we found them to be pretty fragile. We find that ours needs tightening from time to time. We also find it harder to control the plastic disc on the screen, making for sloppier notes and less precise drawings. The pen provides a better rubber grip on the disc side, but since we usually use the mesh option, we would like enhanced traction on both sides of the pen. For a suitable option on a limited budget, go with the accurate and comfortable Mixoo. 4. Next at number 4 we have Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite S Pen. Each S Pen is device-specific, and the one we tested works only with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. It is accurate, with a pleasantly responsive nib that glides over the screen easily without slipping. It also attaches to your device magnetically for easy tracking. It's the only stylus pen in the test that tracks the nib's location with a small hollow dot when you hover above the screen. The visual aid and clarity can promote precision and accurate line junctions and notes navigation. The S Pen works wonderfully with the tablet's included Samsung Notes app, where it writes and draws without any lag. The lines track your movements perfectly, and you can angle the pen to increase the width of your line when drawing. The app also easily and accurately converts your notes to text. Unfortunately, the S Pen has a noticeable lag in the other apps we used. It's particularly apparent in Adobe Illustrator Draw, where we observed that lines follow the pen's nib by as much as a quarter inch. We saw this same issue in the Evernote app, while the letters appear quickly enough to almost fool your eye. Not being able to see the shapes as you create them can make a difference in legibility. Still, the S Pen has less lag than any of the generalist styluses when they are used with the Galaxy tablet. It is the only pen that works with the Adobe Illustrator app on the device. The same styluses show very minimal lag when used on the iPad. We do like the writing feel of the S Pen, but it is thin and more tiring to hold for longer periods. All told, it's the best companion for your Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. 5. The number 5 position is held by MEKO Universal. The MEKO Universal and the Mixoo Capacitive appeared identical to us, except for slightly different clips on their lids. The two styluses are of a usable length and feel like a smaller pen in use. They are quite accurate but do have some lag, particularly when paired with the Samsung Galaxy Tab we used. We appreciate that you can alternate between a soft mesh nib and a transparent plastic disc, which protects a very fine point meant to amplify precision. The mesh glides nicely and provides more control than the slippery disc. A comfortable rubber grip makes the disc side easier to handle, and we enjoy using this universal option. In general, we don't love writing with disc nibs. They are slick and harder to control. And since these pens lack palm rejection technology, you have to write and draw without touching the screen. While the clear disc lets you see your fine tip marker more clearly, it takes time for your brain to edit out the disc itself. And if the stylus lags like the MEKO can, the advantage is lost. The MEKO's disc also feels delicate and loosened up over time. Definitely keep the lid on the pens to side for storage. Able to work with most touchscreens and providing you with two different nib options, the MEKO and Mixoo are the most versatile in the test. 6. The number 6 position is dominated by Wacom Bamboo Stylus. The Wacom Bamboo Stylus is a well-made and easy-to-use stylus. It has a rubber ball nib that feels like a compact and thick-walled balloon tip. The nib is more compact than most of the competition of its kind. This increases accuracy and overall user-friendliness. You can get a very fine line using it. It's just tricky to see where exactly you are putting it. We like the feel of the finish, so it's always pleasant to wield. Its compact size works well with small screens, so it's a favorite smartphone option among our testers. The tip doesn't hold its shape with pressure as well as the mesh options do, so filling in colors on an art project feels like pushing a tiny mop around. Again, without palm rejection, you can always use the stylus and rest your hand on the screen at the same time, making it much harder to achieve a high level of detail with the stylus. Though it is well made, the Wacom's price tag feels a little high for such a simple offering. Still, it's our favorite compact option to use with the smartphone, and it's hard to do much detail work on such small screens anyway. 7. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Cosmonaut Wide-Grip. The Cosmonaut's creators apparently wanted this stylus pen to feel like writing with a dry erase marker. What they ended up with is so much better. It's the same size as a marker, but with a grown-up matte rubber feel. And without the chemical smell and squeakiness, it finds the perfect middle ground between glide and control and is well balanced with a pleasant weight. The pen also registers at nearly any angle, meaning you don't have to worry about losing part of your line as you shift the pen. Its most unique feature, its size, makes it easy to hold, even when wearing gloves. It's also sturdier and easy to find when tucked into your bag due to the size. We like the extra physical control we get when writing on small surfaces like a smartphone, and love that this comfortable stylus works with any capacitive touchscreen and all the devices we tested, though the function is limited on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite according to our experience. Unfortunately, the dry erase marker goal also offers a nice framework to explain the pen's precision capabilities. It's best for jotting down notes or sketching rough art drafts. Though you can achieve a very fine line with the Cosmonaut, it's hard to guide since the pen's chunky shape blocks your view, and the stylus doesn't feature palm rejection technology, so you can't steady your hand. Though this didn't matter as much on the iPad Pro we use for testing. While it is easier to get fine details when using this stylus with a larger tablet like the iPad Pro, It's a great stylus pen for jotting quick notes on our smartphones. 8. The number 8 position is held by Adonit Pro 4 Luxury. The Adonit Pro 4 Luxury is a stylish and sturdy disc nib option. However, we do not prefer disc nibs as they provide less friction and thus less control than rubber or mesh-tipped options. Since this stylus pen doesn't offer palm rejection, it tends to be harder to control. The nib itself feels sturdy and secure, much more so than the MEKO and Mixoo discs. You have to hold it more upright than the other disc options for the touchscreen to register your movements. It's well within the range of normal hand movement. We notice very little lag with this stylus, even when using it with the lag-prone Samsung Galaxy tablet. The pen is small, slender, and somewhat slick, making it tiring to hold on to. A cutout meant to snug the stylus onto the edge of your pocket or bag is clever but also very sharp. Though it never cut us, the edge is unpleasant, and we couldn't help feeling that inattentive writing would have us reaching for a band-aid at any moment. If you happen to love disc nibs and have thick skin, this sturdy stylus could be right for you. 9. Next at number 9, we have LIBERRWAY 10-pack. The LIBERRWAY 10-pack is tempting, giving you 10 times the stylus power for less seems like a no-brainer up front. It's nice to always have a stylus close at hand. They also work fairly well, with little lag time on most devices. Our testers don't find these to be accurate enough to do much more than navigate your screen and scribble a few short notes. When that's all we want to do, we're more likely to navigate with our index finger and type in the notes. The rubber nib is not only very soft, but it's also large, so you have more of it to mash around and drag across the screen. It's hard to tell what you're doing, and you can't lean your hand on the screen and write at the same time. If you do prefer to navigate with a stylus and aren't interested in having enough control to draw or take detailed notes, these are fine. 10. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Adonit Dash 3. The Adonit Dash 3 is inactive, so it doesn't connect via Bluetooth. That means it's easy to get started with it, but it does lack some of the advanced features active styluses benefit from. However, thanks to its fine tip that's made with new and improved material, the drag of the stylus leads to a more natural writing experience. There's a single power button that you press to turn the stylus on, and the battery lasts for up to 14 hours of continuous use. While it's our pick for the best stylus for writing, it's great at drawing as well. That's all for today. We upload tech product review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.